Just gonna play y'all a little piano real quick. Oh man, what's going on everybody? Cullen The Great here, bringing you another one of my album reviews. Whew. That's right, today we're going to be talking about Katy Perry's new album, Smile. This project was overall really good. The message and the meaning behind it hits really close to home with me. Definitely something I've experienced, something I've been through. So listening to the tracks on this album after reading what it was about was just super uplifting and was definitely something that I think 2020 needed to hear. For Katy, this was a very emotionally powerful work of art that she had put together. For the past couple of years, she's came out and said that she's openly been dealing with depression, and it's been something that's been very, very hard for her. It's taken the fun out of making music. It's drained her creative process, and it was something that she tried to fight on her own for a while, which is what a lot of people do. And she finally was able to get help and work through some of these things, and she came out with this album, which she describes as a joyous confessional to her getting over the things that have happened to her. And this album really depicts the progress that she made as a person. You can hear it not only in the lyrics, but you can hear the pain in her voice in some of these songs. She's got a few beautiful ballads on there that are just really breathy and very delicate. Something that when you hear it, you instantly understand the pain that she was going through, which is a very difficult thing for musicians to do in general, is one, to deal with the pain and write it out, but two, to actually make it sound good and have it resonate with the listener, to have them feel those same emotions. And she did a great job of doing that on this album. You can really feel where she's coming from in just about every single song. But a really cool fact about this album is that it was actually released on the day Katy Perry's first child was born. Her daughter's name is Daisy, and the track on this album, Daisies, is one of Katy's favorite songs off of this project because they were basically counting her out. They said that she was done, she couldn't do it anymore, and Daisies is that song that says, I'm the one, I am the 1 in 7 billion, I am empowered to do this, why can't it be me? And it's her favorite project off of that song. She named her daughter Daisy, which I think was super cool. That date is going to be a very awesome moment to treasure for the rest of her life. So kudos to Katy Perry and her family. Basically, the entire album had very good song progression. She does a great job of not making it so robotic and so copy and paste on every song, where it goes hook, verse, bridge, hook, verse, bridge, hook. It kept you engaged, it kept you listening. It was something that you were always wondering, what's going to happen next? Is she going into the pre-hook now? Is she going into the chorus? Is this another verse? Is this the bridge? What is it? And it was really good because it kept me engaged, and just about every song was that way. But also with that, the album was a bit repetitive in the feel to it. So a lot of the times it was a heavy pop album, so you can feel that. It almost reminds me of a K-pop kind of album, to be honest with you. But it was really heavy with the kicks, really constant. It was something that it just was the same over and over and over again from every song. And that was really the only drawback to this project, is that it was kind of repetitive, but the message and the emotion behind it was a lot stronger, a lot more prevalent. But another cool thing on this album was that Katy Perry did a really good job of mixing up the way she delivered her lyrics. So from song to song, it always sounded, her lyric delivery was always different. It was never constant in the sense where she sounded the same in every song. It was more just the way that the beat was presented sounded the same. But she does a good job of switching up that delivery, so it does kind of create a little bit of space, a little bit of something different for your ears in every track. It's like one song she's singing high, one song she's singing low, another song you have kind of like a rap beat, and then another song you have a beautiful piano going. So she does a good job of trying to mix it up and trying to diversify herself in that sense, but the pop portions of the beats are repetitive. She had a couple songs on here that did remind me of OG Katy Perry with a new twist to it, more positive mind frame to the lyrics. But in her song Cry About It Later, the mixing style on it reminds me of I Kissed a Girl. It reminds me of that first Katy Perry song I ever heard in elementary school, where you're just seeing the music video on TV and thinking, wow. She's got a lot of OG Katy Perry vibes on that one. And then Not the End of the World also reminded me of Dark Horse. I feel like I could have heard Juicy J drop in on that. It was one of those tracks that had a different rhythm, a different instrument setup than a few of the other tracks on there. Really liked that song. But I do think she did a really good job of embodying the message that she was trying to deliver with this album. You have songs like Smile, Daisies, Resilient, that really hammer home what she is trying to get across, what she is saying. Of course, one of my favorites is going to be Harley's in Hawaii. One, I just love Hawaii. I got my palm tree shirt. I copped it while I was in Maui, you know. Harley's in Hawaii was a really good track. The vibe of it was probably the most different than any other song on the project. It was probably the farthest away from pop on this album. But she had a cool delivery in the chorus. I believe there were some 808s that were going on in the background, which was pretty cool to hear. And of course, you're riding Harley's in Hawaii. But that was one of my favorites on there. And then you had songs like Tucked, which were nice instrumentation. And it was kind of low-key a little bit of a flex. You know, in the lyrics she was saying she's kind of flexing on people. She does a really good job of incorporating old Katy Perry with new Katy Perry without making people sick of the same old positive message in every song, but at the same time delivering a message in several different ways that allow the listener to resonate with the emotions that she is presenting you. So this album overall, I gotta give it an 8 out of 10. It was one of my favorite things I've listened to this year. Obviously, the intro track, You're Never Over, it's been playing for a little while now. I've heard it before, but it was one of those songs. When it first came on, I recognized it, but I didn't recognize it, and I was like, oh, this is going to be a bop. This is going to be a hit. And then it broke into the chorus, and I was like, oh, wait, it already is. But 8 out of 10, the 2 points I got to take off for that repetitive feel in the songs. Like I said, it's got kind of a K-pop feel to it at certain times in the album, and I'm not a big K-pop fan, but I'm not against it. I just thought that it was a bit excessive. I appreciate you guys stopping by and checking out my album review. If you have any tips, tricks, comments, concerns, or just think I flat out suck, go ahead, leave them down in the comments. You can tell your friends, recommend new music to me, hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. Until next time. Peace.